Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I've got the Defender here and I've just taken it here to JSF, which I've heard a lot about, and we're hopefully going to get it serviced here. I'm here with Simon from JSF, so maybe Simon, you could just, what do you think about the Land Rover? And
hello, well yeah, she's a late model 90, so she's got the DPF and the later oil and the later 2.2 engine in. Servicing's best done every year, especially with the DPF. 7th service over 2021 on a 14 plate is a little service, but if it hasn't had, every other year is axles and fuel filters, and every 4th year is the transfer box and brake fluid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you've only just bought it, it's probably best to go for the bigger B service. Right. Put it all under your belt, you know it's all been done. Yeah. And then work from there. Yeah. It's an online service vehicle, so you really need to be logged in with Land Rover to record all your service history. Okay. Which we can do for you.
Oh, that's brilliant.
We can check and make sure it's all been done.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it pretty genuine.
That's the way. Yeah. That's the way. Yeah.
And I know you said about the this is a Puma, isn't it? Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So it's a late Puma. Yeah.
So it's got the Ford Transit engine, or
it's a Transit derivative. Yeah. The Puma, the Ford Puma derivative went in lots of stuff. I mean, Jaguar used them as well. The Puma's in lots of things. Yeah. So it's not a bad lump, to be fair.
And has it got a Transit? What's the gearbox? Is that a Transit?
No, it's an MT82 Volvo box.
Oh right, I didn't know that. Yeah. Are they pretty trouble-free? Or
they're all right. The only bit that breaks down on them generally, although you know all gearboxes fail at some point if they're not maintained. Yeah. The only bit that breaks down on these generally is there's an extension shaft between the transfer box and the Volvo gearbox. Right. They tend to strip the splines in those because when Land Rover build them, they don't grease them. Right. There is ways around it. There are aftermarket coupling kits you can put in that allow oil to circulate around that union. Yeah. And that doesn't happen again.
I mean, it's been, I've only done like 5,000 miles with it since having it, and the only thing is I've noticed just sort of when I'm turning on a hard lock, it squeaks a bit from the steering rack. I just wondering whether it maybe just wants a grease.
You shouldn't, because it's got a steering box. Yeah, it's got a steering box, so you shouldn't hold them on full lock. Right. Because when you hold them on full lock, the hydraulic pump's banging away hard, and you may well be hearing the pressure relief valve rattling. Right. Because you're on full lock. So a good rule of thumb is when they stop, just come back just a little tad. If you get some noise then you might have a problem in something, but because it's a steering box it's unlikely to be that squeaking. Right, okay. And the lock stops, the angle, the maximum angle of turn is controlled by your lock stops. Yeah. It might be that just out of adjustment something's catching the radius arm. Right, okay. And what do you think of the 90 as a whole? Do you think it's in fairly good nick? Or from what I can see here she's nice, She's nice. Like you say, pretty reliable, trouble-free. They're alright as long as you stay on top of them. Stay on top of them, yeah. Like you said with the DPF, it's got to be serviced. Stay on top of them. This is why I brought it down to yourself. Don't let it bite you. And then that's when you get problems and things break down and stuff like that. Yeah, sure. And with the DPF, do you just drive it along and it should just clear itself out regularly? Yeah, they're relatively trouble-free, these DPFs. The reason you've got to change the oil is because a lot of the time that it tries to regenerate, it'll fail as part of the process because you're not driving it the way it wants to be driven. You know, you might just be nipping to the shop. Yeah. It doesn't know that. Yeah. But it will try and regenerate. Right. If it fails too many times, then what can happen is it can dilute the lubricating oil with fuel. With obvious results. So it's really important to keep on top of it, because I was worried about just doing short journeys, like would that block the DPF up? Yes, it can. Yeah. Though to be fair, in these, touch wood, they're about the most reliable of all the DPFs. Oh, is that right? Oh, they're not too bad then. Yeah. Land Rovers anyway. Yes, yeah. So have looked at the like the new shape 90s, and I guess they're a different ball game, aren't they? All the electrics on them nowadays. Yeah, they are. All the rest totally. Of it. Yeah, they're more Discovery than they are Defender. Yeah. Hopefully I can get a service here. It's done 27,000 miles now. Yeah. So, do you know what the services are normally roughly on these they're 12,000 mile interval. 12,000 mile, right? Yeah. It's 12,000 mile or annually, whichever comes first. Yeah. Because I've had it just over 6 months, but I do use it every day, to be fair. So. Now get her in for a service. It's worth it just to have someone like us look around it and catch anything that might be coming on. So it's definitely worth coming and seeing us. Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing. So thanks very much. Hopefully you can sort it all out. That's brilliant. Right, so now we're back at base. So hopefully you saw today we went down to JSF Land Rover, who I'm now hoping will look after the Land Rover here and do all the servicing on it. I was going to go to just Jaguar Land Rover, but because these are getting on a little bit now, the older Defenders,
and JSF in Norwich are just really good with the older Defenders and the older Land Rovers. I thought I'd take it down there, and thanks to a recommendation from Henry from Ernest O's for saying to go down, and hopefully now they can look after this machine, keep it in good order. I was a bit concerned about who I was going to get to work on this machine because I want to keep the service history in good nick. Thanks to JSF today, we did actually print out some of the servicing information from Jaguar Land Rover. It seems like they're a really good bunch of chaps down there who are going to look after this machine and keep it running. Well, hopefully when we take this in, it will be serviced, and it also needs an MOT, which is coming up for very soon, and they'll hopefully do that as well. I've got a demo for one of those Land Rover 90s, like the new shape ones. And I thought I'll try the new 90 out from Land Rover, because we tried the 110 last time. It was just a bit too big for what I needed, but I use this Defender for work on the farm every day. And actually the new shape Defenders are a bit more like a car. You know, they're probably better on the road. If I wanted to take this to Scotland or go on a long distance journey, and probably better off, to be honest, with a new shape Defender. So I'll have a demo of the 90, see how I get on with that. And that might be a better solution for the long distance motorway journeys. And with Olly's farm, hopefully we can keep the old 90 as well, because I know a lot of you guys do like the old 90 as much as these new shape ones. So drop a comment, leave a comment in the comment section if you know about Land Rovers. And I know there's a whole culture around these sorts of cars. And inside the showroom today at JSF, I was looking at winches and some big tyres and things like that. But for the most part, I'll keep it pretty original. There's not really much I need on this Land Rover. It's fine as it is. And yeah, I have, as you can probably tell, started to get into a bit of the Defender culture, the Land Rover Club culture, if you know what I mean. So we might do some tweaks just to maybe improve this Defender. I know you can do like some remaps, some mild tunes just to make them run a little bit better. So if there's anything you think which this Defender could benefit from, do drop a comment in today's video. And other than that, stay positive, keep liking, keep subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one.